Guys, what is up? And back at you once again. It is ya boy, Chin, that freaking Mark. But you know what? Back at you today with something a little bit different and honestly, something I haven't done in a while. There's a movie out right now that honestly I just feel has to get talked about, and here's what's super dope about it is it's incredibly easy for you yourself to go and watch. All you have to do is have a nice little Amazon Prime account, go on that sumbitch, type in She Walks the Woods, and boom! There you got yourself a movie to watch on the house. Because technology is fucking fantastic and we live in the future. Yeah, again, just to reiterate, She Walks the Woods is the movie that we here are talking about. And you know what makes this movie so special is the screenplay was written by and features certain members of Poolside at the Flamingo. And slight pit stop, if we don't know who Poolside at the Flamingo is real quick, let's just get a quick refresher course. Maybe if that's not your style, we got a little bit of... Basically, Poolside at the Flamingo is the balls. They have always been the cool kids on the block, and that's why we are here today to give them a little bit of respect and talk about this here movie that they had to take part in. So without further ado, let's go. So this here movie is going to get started off with our main characters, B-Rad, Big Mike, and Dennis, also known as the Ultimate Survival Film Squad. Basically a bunch of dudes just looking to have a great time going out and filming some nature shit. Because why wouldn't you want to do that when you're just chilling in Colorado? I mean, I myself just sit inside and make videos all the time, but that's beyond the point. We're getting ready for this trip and we just got some friends palling down, some good old brotherly love, and basically just like a good old-fashioned car trip, you know? We even have ourselves a nice little cameo by the track She Walks the Woods by Poolside at the Flamingo at this here point in the movie. But no found film horror movie would be complete without some chick in the mix to make all the dudes feel weird, right?
How's it going?
Good, how about you?
Good.
Yeah, I'm Hope.
Hope is a longtime friend of Dennis said Menace. They are friends and nothing more. People can be mature friends, and that's what this is a display of, alright? You can meet people at film school and not hook up and stuff like that. Also, Hope's parents has got a dope cabin out in the middle of buttfuck nowhere, and that's apparently exactly what these here chaps are looking for, so why the hell would we not go and check that out? So as we're showing off this cabin, we do find like our first little bits of despair out in the middle of nowhere here. There's this teepee that's just been torn to fucking back basically, but there's definitely no mountain lions. We emphasized that earlier even though I didn't mention it, but we're gonna emphasize it here again because there is definitely no mountain lions, alright? Also, we just have a nice little show of character from Brad here to show that he is kind of the douchebag you really don't want to have around that chick when you're trying to make a good first impression.
So I'm gonna use that camera and then I'm just gonna hand this camera to Brad.
You sure you can handle that?
Or maybe just around anyone when you're trying to make a good impression. We also have the first little bit of the feels coming out from Dennis and Hope here as they're just like sitting around talking or some jazz. It's story building is what it is. Fuck yeah. So as we have the first night approaching here, we have Brad being the douchebag that he is, just making things really awkward between Dennis and Hope, being like, hey, so what's up? Do you guys fuck or what?
So what's the story with you two lovebirds? Huh?
I don't know what you're talking about, bro.
They didn't really take too kindly to that, so after Dennis got nice and embarrassed, he puts Brad and Mike on blast, being like, yo, tell us something you haven't told anyone before. They proceed to outdo themselves and tell this story about how they tricked two drunk guys into thinking that they fucking murdered a mannequin one night.
We're like, here he comes. And so we get ready, and sure enough, this guy just fucking, bam, he just boom.
Yeah.
There's two guys out there.
If you think about it, there's literally two guys out there right now who think they've killed somebody.
Yeah. You assholes.
Who doesn't have a story like that, right? I mean, yeah. No, actually, I thought it was kind of great, though, because it was just like we had the whole dude trying to hook up with the chick. We had these dudes just being the total cock blocks. And all in all, for this movie, it's just kind of tying it all up. Getting the idea out there. Stories are all done for the night. Embarrassment's all done for the night. Everyone's packing up. And Dennis is just like, I need to actually set this camera up. Hope is like, I'm going to make sure this fire dies out or whatever. And the boys are just like, all right, well, we're crashing out. And as the boys are crashing out, we got our first little bit of the hookup. What it do?
Quiet.
Is that camera on? Yeah, it is. Go turn the damn camera off.
Yeah, basically Brad and Mike are looking on and they're just like, oh, freaking killer, dude. That's dope, but I'm going to go to bed because I totally knew this was going to happen. Once everyone does go to bed, though, we get woken up because this here is a horror movie and we get woken up to weird fucking sounds in the night. And there was some kind of shrieky bullshit or something going on there. And they were just like, yo, are you awake? And he was like, yeah. This basically makes everyone get up because Hope doesn't want to be the one that's left at the campground, as we have some murderous, definitely not a mountain lion on the trail here, right? So yeah, everyone grabs their cameras and we just go see what the hell's going on out there. Don't think we really find much, but if you're paying attention, you can see some little she-walk in the woods in the background there. Next up, we have ourselves the first morning of the second day, and guess what, bitches?
Cock slap. Fuck, man. Jeez. Burn myself.
And that is right. A cock slap is straight up going to lead us into just a day of exploring. The boys in Hope there going around, finding some claw marks on a tree. But don't worry, it's definitely not a mountain lion. We can rule that one out right now.
We definitely may have a mountain lion around the area.
But the whole point of this exploring in the first place was so they could go out and set up a camp for the night. So once they find a place to do exactly that, they do it flawlessly, I may say, first off.
All right, is this the front entrance? Yep, this is the front.
If you pull it that way, then this isn't going to reach.
But this is also where you can kind of start seeing the first little bits of like, everyone's starting to get like frustrated with each other. There's also a beautiful trap explanation from Brad at this point in the movie, so you gotta love that.
Run right in the middle here and hit it down, and then the cord will pull up, choke him, hopefully snap his neck.
We then have ourselves the second night for the movie, and it's basically Hope filming the boys, giving us some backstory of how they came to get in this whole predicament of filming themselves going out into nature and enjoying life. At this point, we have to go and see how the trap that we had set up not too terribly long ago there had paid off, see if there's any dead things in it. And there was a dead thing in it, but there was just mostly a lot of blood left over. So yeah, that basically freaks everyone the fuck out. They don't really know what's going on, so they're just gonna kind of try and creep their way back to the cabin or whatnot, and they start hearing some shrieks and some fucking sounds.
What the fuck was that?
Don't even worry about it, because Mike has his shit covered. The best thing to do in this situation is yell, look super beefy. He's got that shit down, no doubt about it. The only thing that doesn't pay off is they yell back, like way, way worse. And then Dennis gets killed.
We need to go.
Yeah, so I guess basically this is where we can say that shit really starts to hit the fan in this movie here. Because, I mean, everyone's freaking out. Dennis just fucking died. Mike's getting ridiculed for his amazing idea of yelling and beating on his chest. And honestly, I love this whole movie because it was like super to the point of just kind of being an ode to like movies like the Blair Witch Project and shit like that. But there is this one little section in here where I was watching it and I was like, okay, these guys aren't all actors firsthand, you know, so it's not like I can expect the works here. But there was some maybe slight bad acting, sorry. minimal. I really doubt I could do much better. So I'm just kind of, I'm having to give some critiques somewhere, right? Okay, I can't just be praising the dick over here the whole time. They get back to the camp and they just see that everything has been completely fucked up. So that basically sucks for them. Best idea in that case is probably to go to the cabin that they had initially shown up at, but they don't really know where it's at.
Don't pretend like you have any damn idea where we are right now. For all we know, we're in bumfuck Egypt at this point.
They do eventually find where it's at, but it's not like it really paid off for anything, because like as soon as they find the cabin, Hope dies. Sorry, Hope, you had a really good run. I think you made it up until like the last 20 minutes of the movie, but it was definitely your time to go. At this point, we have Brad and Mike hiding in the cabin, just kind of shitting themselves. Mike records his like last little goodbye vlog. I'm not sure if it entirely was intended to be edited into a video later on, but either way, he's basically just apologizing for getting everyone into this situation, just talking about how they wanted to have a good time making a vlog, and yeah, now everyone's dying, so it's really not ideal. We hear some more terrible sounds because we have definitely not a mountain lion on the prowl here, and we're like panning around the cabin, and then like, boom, you fucking see it. It's the she who's walking the woods, and she's just murdering the man, B-Rad. But you don't see it, you sure as hell hear it though. Sorry, dude, but that shit sounds gnarly as all hell. So at this point, we only have one person left in our flock, and it's down to Mike. And it's not like he really stands much of a chance here. We get the classic, like, recording himself in complete fear, and then, like, the fucking villain shows up from behind him there, and he gets murderatized. But he doesn't get murderatized in just any way. He gets his intestines straight up played with and thrown all over the place. Making it rain. And that's basically the end of the movie, except for we have a scene that kind of ties together like literally what you saw first in the movie, which was just like some hunters completely unrelated to these kids just getting fucked up in the middle of this forest. You find the state patrol troopers, whatever the shit, just being like, oh, hey, this camera works. We didn't find any bodies because we never do, so we're just gonna catalog this footage here and not really give a fuck about this. Finn. Yeah, and legit, that's the end of the movie. The only thing that I really expected to happen that didn't happen was I wanted the She Walks the Woods track to just like kick the fuck in at the ending credits, but it didn't happen. So maybe I can make my own ending credits at the end of this video so I can make it kick in, and then it's like everything came full circle. And, my friends, that is going to have to be my review of She Walks the Woods, the movie featuring members of Poolside at the Flamingo. It was fucking fantastic. I enjoyed it thoroughly. Obviously, I'm going to be a little biased because I've been a fan of these guys for fucking ever. By the way, if you haven't checked out Poolside at the Flamingo, thanks for peeping this video. I truly appreciate you. But definitely go do that because holy hell. Century Media, Nuclear Blast, like, what are you guys doing? Sign this fucking band already. Like, who the hell just makes a movie, okay? Unless you're fucking Deontward. And who the fuck is Deontward? Poolside at the Flamingo is dope. This movie is dope. Go check it out. Leave it a review because it's super simple to just go on Amazon and be like, yo, what up? 5 stars. This movie's super dope. Hell yeah, brother. And you should do exactly that. Once again, it has been your boy, Chin That Freakin' Mark, here to talk about a good old movie, because you gotta just switch it up every once in a while, alright? I don't have album reactions coming up this week, so I'm just gonna chill and edit this video here. Maybe find another dope flick to watch. Finger guns.